if you BrassRoots, if you wanted to come up, and we have one other person that wishes to speak. Mr. Tim O'Brien from the Small Government Alliance needs, speaking in favor of it, needs a couple of minutes. Good morning,
Just 2-3 minutes. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members for just allowing me a couple of moments to talk about this. You know, when this rally was held, and I was there, it was very impressive. But this was 20 years ago, and a lot has happened in our country in the last 20 years. Some things that have put us in a very vulnerable position, and I think that the concerns that were expressed at the BrassRoots rally are more true today than they were 20 years ago. Obviously, the biggest thing that happened in between was the 9/11 attack on our country. And there is, I'm afraid, a justifiable concern and tendency of government at various levels to do what needs to be done to protect the American people, which is perfectly understandable. But I think there is in that also a tendency to restrict the freedoms that have come to make this country the greatest and most powerful country in the world. And I think it's extremely important that we not lose sight of our Constitution, our United States Constitution, our Michigan Constitution. This particular monument is to the Second Amendment. Now, there are those of us out there, me among them, who say that it is upon this amendment that the defense of all the rest of them relies. But I wouldn't at all intend to suggest that the rest of those amendments have not become perhaps even more significant in the aftermath of 9/11. And we would invite monuments to the other amendments, not just the First Amendment. And by the way, when this bill was first introduced right after the plaque was created, the Michigan ACLU was entirely on board on this and intending to follow up with the First Amendment monument. But post 9/11, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, these amendments, all of them, the things that protect us from unreasonable search and seizure, you know, due process, guarantees of due process, they have become critically important. So I really hope that you will go ahead and pass this bill and get this monument installed on the Capitol grounds. Unfortunately, 20 years ago, or 19 years ago when this bill first came up, passed out of the House 104-0, but it was kind of the same situation we're in now. There's very little time left in the session. It never got taken up by the Senate. So I'm hoping that this can be expedited and get this done. And I will just conclude with one other point, which is that this will, I think, really provide a point of interest for people visiting the Capitol building. If we've got a monument to the Second Amendment and hopefully, eventually, to the First, to the Fifth, to the entire Bill of Rights.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming and testifying. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.